Yeah. You are welcome. This is Simon Asemata on You Can Make It. It's a joy coming to share thoughts with you on You Can Make It. I want to let you know this. It doesn't matter what life gives to you. Change is possible. And now the type of change you experience, the sacrifice you are willing to make, it will cause it to happen. Let me tell you this story because we are looking at today knowledge. Now let me tell you this. Many years ago in Nigeria, in Jos, Plateau State, a young man got a job as a cleaner in an hospital. And when he got his job as a cleaner in a hospital, and I think he was already married, then he started thinking, how do I improve my life? What are the things I can do? Then he now told himself, I need to go back to school. Then he went back to school. There he was there still doing cleaner job. That same young man grew through the rank. He became, having gone to school, improved himself, he became a medical doctor in the same hospital he was a cleaner. Not many years later, he became the CMD of that same hospital, in that same city, in that same place. That tells you knowledge is the basis of transformation. And let me correct myself. Knowledge applied is the basis of the transformation you are looking for. You can make it. What sacrifice are you willing to make so you can improve your life and get the best out of life? God is not a respecter of persons. Now, what you are able to offer is the determinant factor of the quality of life you are able to live. With me in the studio today, I have Brother Joshua Abutu. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, sir, for having me. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're looking at ignorance. Lack of knowledge is the reason some people are so poor that they do not know what to do to change their lack of whatever they are looking for. Now, the poverty and ignorance is not an excuse because the world is full of knowledge. Now, the world is full of knowledge. Now, what did it say in recommendation? Get book, attend seminar, get mentor, go all out and change your life. I just told you a story about change. Now, not every change is good. Not every change is necessary. There are some things you don't change. But there are some change you need to make to change your life. I want to know your thought on this. We just talked about the importance of getting knowledge to improve our life or change the condition we find ourselves.
Thank you, sir. I think the first basic foundation I would like to lay is you must hate ignorance as a matter of principle. You must hate it with extreme passion. There is no incentive for ignorance.
Wow.
Ignorance is a disease and it's a killer. What you don't know will kill you. There's a story of ostrich, this big bird called ostrich. So ostrich will bury his head in the sand. He say, okay, what I don't see can't kill me. Of course, the story is many ostriches have died because the tiger is coming. Instead of running away, he just bury his head in the sand. He say, if I can't see it, it can't touch me. See, what you don't know can kill you, will kill you. So the first principle is you should not settle for less. You should not be minimal when it comes to what you need to know. And for every enterprise that you are in, there is more to know. Whatever you know today, you can know more and you can know more. So let me talk about knowledge. You see, let me give a very day-to-day example that can help us. Anytime I go to my village and I look around, it dawns on me that whatever wealth that my people need for their life, God has deposited it right underneath the soil. If you are from Obajana, where Dangote owns a cement factory, that cement has been there for the past 4,000 years. In fact, from the beginning of the world, that cement has been there. The indigents of Obajana were farmers. All they could do is to farm on top of that cement.
Weight.
And then they will say, oh, our food is not, the crops are not yielding well. the soil is not very good. Perhaps some of them must have moved on from that community because that soil was not very productive. And they remained poor. And then
And yet, wealth was
and the
underneath.
wealth was there.
You never
Was
know.
there. It's possible that where your grandfather's house is today, there's gold underneath it.
Mm.
The reason why your family is poor is that you don't know. You don't know. I come from a community of sharp sand, very strong, sharp red sand, and all they could use that sand for is to build our mud houses. That's the fabric. But that sand itself is wealth. Even if they can package it in a way that they can transport it to some places where there are no sands. Sands can be used for many things like glasses. If you are from my community, this is a period of cashew. You could see cashew all over the place, and flies are eating the flesh out, and they don't know what they are using it for. It's just there. You just throw stone at the cashew, and then you just suck it and throw the remaining. Now they are buying the seeds. My father asked me, those who are buying these seeds, what are they even using it for, apart from eating? So this where even the Niger Delta people, that oil has been there over the years. It takes knowledge to come and then discover it. And today we are all enjoying the product of knowledge. So you must apply your heart to knowledge, and learn. It shouldn't be that every day. It should not be that a man will wake up and don't know what to do. It shouldn't be that at each point you don't really know what to do. That is a big disease for you. And if you don't know, you can ask. There are many ways you can ask your neighbor. I mean, I have been, when I came to this city, I woke up to a wealthy man one day, and I asked him, "How do you become wealthy?" And he said, "Sit down, son." And he gave me 2 lessons that has helped me where I
Please
am.
let me know. I want to know. Because you said we should ask. So I'm asking. I want to. Because I need to break out of this, some of these things.
First of all, the man is a very rich man. So I gave him money. And in my culture, if a poor man give a gift to a rich man, he's begging.
Wow.
So, and the man asked me, "What do you want?" I mean, if you give a 5,000 naira to a billionaire, it's like, "What do you want?" I said, "Please, I'm not asking you to give me anything. How do you break through poverty?" And he said, "You don't need a long list." And he talks to me about faith. That's just by the way, but he talks about diligence. Diligence. He said, "I'm always at my desk. And I don't loaf around. I'm always at my desk." And that was very key. It means if you are to be at work at 8 a.m., you are there at 8 a.m. And then you are reading, you are studying, you are learning, you are innovating. You don't just stop learning. You from one school to another school, from one to another reading. And he gave me some key lesson that has to do with continual learning. And then he talks about the issue of morality, actually, and that is this is an abstract thought. As a young man, if you apply yourself to vanity, to the things of the flesh, you won't go far. The Bible will say the lover of pleasures will be poor. So this and I thank him. And as I began to apply that knowledge that I got from him, things began to change. So I think it is an injury to your own self not to know what to do in the middle of wealth of knowledge around you. There are books, there are resource persons, there are seminars, just as Reverend was saying. There are seminars, there are books, there are people around you that you can knock on their door and then acquire this knowledge and begin to use it. And that's my comment on that.
Wow, what a strong word. Diligent. Today it's hard for you to see people that you give work to and they will give you a time and keep to the appointment. A lot of people are not diligent. You need to be diligent. Seest thou a diligent man? He will not stand before men. He will stand before kings. Diligence opens doors for you. Integrity delivers you. So it's very important, if you really want to go forward, get knowledge. And how? Get books. You read books, because when you read book, your mind is transformed. Your mind is renewed. Now, what does book? Book take you to places you have never been before. Book also take you for you to book your future. Because if you book early, it will not be expensive. I assure you. If you book early, it will not be expensive. Now, if you travel, you understand what I'm saying. You want to travel in Easter, you book in January. You find out that it will not be the same amount of somebody that will not go and book the very day he's traveling. So when you read book, you're actually booking your future. It's cheaper to book ahead of time. If you really want to get life, don't eat all your seeds. Book. And now get books. Many times there are some things, when I got married to my wife, there are some things I want to correct, and I believe that we need to go. You know where I go? I go to bookstore. I go buy books that is talking on that area. Is there any subject I want to look at? I go, because listen, there is nothing new. Nothing. Say this is new under this planet Earth. Nothing. Everything is available. Listen to me, viewers. You can make it. It doesn't matter. So we're looking at, how do I break free from ignorance? Books. Attend seminars. Get a mentor, like what my brother just said. He met somebody and this man said, I am always at my desk. Can somebody say that about you? That you are trustworthy, you are dependable, you are reliable, you can be trusted. Because trust is not a gift of the Spirit, it's earned. You don't pray trust, you earn trust. Book your future. Get books that talks about so many things.
Robert, I can talk about the issue of books. There's a saying that if you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book. We are not reading. We are not readers, and we must be frank to ourselves. You can do a random poll on our street and ask young people, how many books have they read in a year? Some have not even read one whole year. And this cut across all
spheres of life.
Spheres of life. You see a pastor that cannot read the Bible cover to cover in a year.
And yes, you want to teach
on Sunday morning, just shout, you just take one verse, and then you are jumping up and down. You have not, and then you see somebody who is, say I'm a businessman, you're a salesman in an organization. You've not read any book about salesmanship on management. How are you going to succeed? How?
Well, blame it on the devil.
Yes, on the devil.
We blame it on the village people.
Yes, village people.
We blame it on they don't like me.
Because I walk around church, I have stopped giving free Bible to people. Somebody is wearing a wristwatch of
30,000
or 50,000, wearing a jacket of 40,000. Say, pastor, give me Bible, dash me Bible. Sure. Bible.
But freely you give,
yes.
freely you receive.
And Bible is just maybe 1,000 naira can get him a Bible.
But you cannot.
You cannot get it.
Because it has no value for it.
I've been to many young men's houses. There's no space for library. There's no space. There's no small shelf where they keep any book. No book at all. Visit many homes, no books. And that is where we are today. Our poverty individually in this country, in Africa, and Nigeria particularly, can be laid at the doorstep of our laziness to read and to understand and to apply what we have read. Some of us also are reading, but because of the weak educational system, we don't know how to apply what we are reading in our day-to-day life realities. So it is very, very important that we push ourselves to the edge of acquisition of knowledge at all costs. And is it the Bible that says buy wisdom and
buy the truth.
buy the truth and not sell it? Yes, you invest. But I have close to 1,000 books in my shelf right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of my friends, and I know of a young man in my church that I've read. We are now in February. He's reading he has read close to 30 books so far between January and now.
Wow.
I'm jealous because I'm still far behind him. There are some that read Bible 4 times in a year. And it's about if you can do 40 minutes. If you can do 40 minutes, I'm using a Bible as an example. If you can do 40 minutes in a day on the Bible, you read it 4 times in a year. So we should begin to cultivate the idea of reading. When I was much younger, Nigeria was a reading community. You go to the newspaper stand, people are reading newspapers. Now we don't read anymore. We only complain and moan and
then go to internet and post all kinds of junk.
All kinds of.
And somebody staying there and receiving all the kind of junk.
And what are you getting? It is here we are. When COVID started, many have become poor because of COVID, but many have become rich because of COVID. Those who made the vaccine for COVID now can never be poor for the rest of their life.
Oh, yeah.
The owner of Zoom, the share of Zoom I don't know how much that man worth now because of COVID. You know, people start beginning to use Zoom for their
Zooming.
Zooming. And the man is in money. Every circumstances, every disadvantages of life comes with its own advantage for breakthrough. It's just that the reason why you are not making any profit out of it is your knowledge, the level of your knowledge, your disposition to apply your heart to knowledge and to use what you are learning. That is why you are where you are. Yeah.
Okay. You are welcome with me on You Can Make It. It doesn't matter what is happening. We're learning a lot of things from here. I want to let you know that we're actually encouraging you to take that step. Start reading today. We just talked about the power of ignorance in acquiring poverty. Poverty becomes your place becomes a stay or a resting place where poverty strives because people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. It's for you to know, apply, read, try and read books. Get books that will encourage you, that will teach you how to do new things. There's nothing you are doing today that have never been done before. We can only improve on what we have seen. I want to let you know, you can make it. You can make it in family life. You can make it in your business life. You can make it in every area you have find yourself. You can make it. You can succeed. It doesn't matter what is happening. I want to let you know that God that created did not create you empty. Every one of us, we are gifted. We have talent. We have one thing or the other to offer. We didn't come to this world empty. You know, when you give birth to a child, you see the child with squeeze his hand. And many times I've often told people because he has something to offer. And when people die, they die empty. I want to let you know this. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. You can make it. You can succeed. Until I see you again in our next edition, this is Simon and Samantha saying, you can make it. And with my brother, Joshua Abutu. Thank you for being a part of this program today. And I will want to see more of you. And next edition, I believe that he will come to join us and will continue in this edition how to break free out of poverty and how to apply ourselves and get the best out of life. Until I see you again, thank you for always being a part of this program, and God bless you.